So yesterday I was watching a streamer that I enjoy when somebody in the chat mentioned something about a Yakuza live action series that will be premiering on Prime Video. So I decided to take a look, and yeah, it's true. RGG Studios recently made a post on their Twitter account promoting the show. While for many of us outside of Japan this is something new, this isn't the first time they've done this. They made their first venture into live action media in 2007 with the movie Like a Dragon, which is a film based on the original Yakuza 1 story, with some differences from the actual game, such as Majima nearly killing Kiryu only to be shot by Shintaro Kazuma. For the most part, the film adaptation is relatively close to the game. While it was originally released only in Japan, the movie would get a version that was subbed in English that was first shown at an Asian film festival in New York in 2008, and later released in 2010. That same year, a new show based on another property of RGG Studios and Sega would be released, this time based off the Yakuza Black Panther series. Many, if not all the characters that appeared in the game also appeared in the show, such as Tatsuya, Tenma, and Cookie, along with many more. The last piece of live-action media produced by Sega based on the Yakuza series was a stage play that was once again based off the first game, but this time with some cameos from Yakuza 2, such as Ryuji, whom Nishiki actually gets to interact with, even having gameplay in the background as a video that played during the stage play, one part even having him pause the game and drink a Stamina X. Pretty cool. Since then, no other media has been produced by Sega. That is, until now. But unlike the other times, this one seems to be coming out internationally, and not just in Japan, and will be releasing in the fall this year, on October 24th. I will be looking over a few sources to see what information we know so far. The name of the series is simply titled Like a Dragon Yakuza, pretty much just reversing Yakuza 7's English title, and is said to be coming with 6 episodes. 3 that will release on October 25th, and the last 3 on November 1st. Each episode's length is yet to be determined, but it will likely be similar to The Last of Us or Fallout TV series, with each episode being relatively an hour long. But we don't know just yet. The show, just like its many predecessors, will be based off the original Yakuza 1, with it taking place between 1995 and 2005, the same time period of which the game takes place. It says that the series will look at the life of Kazuma Kiryu, who is fearsome and peerless, as well as his childhood friends, and the consequences of his actions and decisions in 1995 which landed him in prison for 10 years. Gematsu also states, Like a Dragon Yakuza showcases modern Japan and the dramatic stories of these intense characters, such as the legendary Kazuma Kiryu, that games in the past have not been able to explore. With this little information we're given about the show so far, we can likely assume that the show will be pretty close to the original game. However, more modernized, with some parts that we didn't get to see in the original game, as well as its Kiwami variant. Maybe in this version of the series we'll get to see Nishiki's sister for the first time, given how she was absent in both Yakuza 1 and Kiwami 1, despite how important she was on the influence of Nishiki becoming the way he did. Or possibly a more in-depth look on the relationship between Haruka and Yumi, and maybe even a young Kiryu with all of his childhood friends at the orphanage he grew up in. But I guess we'll see when it airs on Prime Video. The release of the show is also going to be global, with it releasing in 240 countries and territories, with about 30 languages, both subbed and dubbed. Finally, I can watch Yakuza in Spanish. This adaptation is going to be directed by Masaharu Take. With 35 years of experience, he plans to use that to make something special, with the help of the cast and others who are working on the show's production. Kiryu will be played by Ryomo Takeuchi, who played in several Kamen Rider projects and actually made an appearance in the Detective Pikachu film. While there isn't much I know about these two, given that they primarily worked on Japanese films, I'm sure they will do great with the experience they have. Takeuchi also said that there will be several action and fight scenes, which is to be expected. He also said that he will be performing the action scenes himself, which is pretty cool. This is all the information I was able to gather about the series so far. With the previous adaptations being pretty faithful to the original, it would be pretty cool to see them take the story and add some significant parts to it that I feel were left out, just like I said before with something like Nishiki's sister. While we can't speculate on how the show will play out given that it's based on the very first Yakuza game, it's safe to say that it likely won't deviate too far from the original story, but I'd like to see some new things that could bring out more of the characters that we know and love. Anyway, I just thought I'd talk about this since I learned about it only yesterday and kinda wanted to inform you guys about it a bit, if you didn't already know about it. But there is one thing I would like to say and expect from the show. If even one line from the iconic Yakuza 1 English dub is missing, I will rate the show 0 out of 10. Anyway, thanks for watching guys. See you later.